Hello, everyone, and welcome to For the Girls with Becca Moore. Today we have a special guest, Tory. If you're watching on YouTube, I have a little calico kitty with me that I am fostering. This is Tory. Do you have anything you want to say, Tory? No, you don't? She is the sweetest little kitten. I'm pretty sure she's like 7 or 8 weeks old, and I actually just got her today. Bear is doing fine. He hasn't met her yet. They are separated right now. We are quarantining in the podcast room. She has everything she needs in here. And this is the second kitten I've ever fostered from Friends of Normie. If you are interested in adopting Tory or other kittens just like Tory, please go to Friends of Normie on Instagram. They are such a great program. The first one was Velma. I don't know if you guys remember, but Velma got adopted to a sweet, sweet couple. And Tory might be your next kitten unless it's a foster fail. Still undecided. I don't know how Bear and Tory will interact because they haven't yet, but that is what it depends on. Tory is so sweet. You are so sweet girl. I love you. She's being so cute. I'm so sorry to anyone who's not watching on YouTube because she's the cutest thing in the whole world. Today I wanted to do a solo podcast. I want to do a update on my problem summer. I think a lot of random things have happened that I want to tell you guys about. And yeah, I just wanted to do a solo episode. I haven't done one in a while. Oh, I wrote down some notes in my little notebook. I've been using this in acting class. It is a huge hit. This is actually part of this set. If you're not watching on YouTube, this is a little journal that I am using that my set designer for this podcast got me, and I write my lines for acting class in it every week. Let's read a random line. Oh my God, be careful. I'll be fine. It's just a spider. Guys, by the way, speaking of acting class, I leveled up in my acting class and I am going to be an intermediate now, which I'm so proud of myself for. Oh my God. Basically, I'm doing an intermediate intensive for all of June, which means I'm basically going to be in acting school for all of June. And it's just going to be like 2 long days a week. I'm going to be in acting school all day long. So that's going to be my life for all of June. She is such an angel. I literally can't. Why are your paws wet? Honestly, I'm so proud of myself for acting classes. My teacher said that I am like so different than when I started. When I started, I would like, apparently according to him, do a scene and then like literally try to hide and run away the second it was over. I only liked the silly scenes. I hated anything that I had to show like anger or fear or sadness. And so that is something that we really focus on in my acting classes. And I also can cry on camera now, which is like crazy. I can cry during the emotional scenes. I'm so proud of myself, you guys. If you hear little scratches on the door, that is Bear trying to get into this room. He's trying to break in. He wants to see baby Tory, but they're not ready yet because I remember last time I introduced them way too fast and they never got along. So I am holding out, Bear. So yeah, acting is going great. There are a few projects that might be in the works, but I'm not going to even talk about that in case that doesn't happen. Okay, and I also want to talk about my collab with the brand that I'm so excited for. It's coming out, I think, in a week. And you guys, I'm so excited today. I wrote like all the notes for all the girls that I'm sending the collab to. And it was so fun, like writing handwritten little notes with a pink marker. Yeah, I'm just so excited for this collab. I hope you guys love it. The pictures are going to be so fun to post. I'm so excited. Oh my God, Tory has the zoomies right now. It's crazy how like kittens have all different personalities. She is super like cuddly and also pretty brave. Like she's not like a scaredy cat. I just remember when I got Bear was like, he wouldn't come out of his carrier the entire night. He didn't come out of his carrier the first night. Like I thought that he was really shy. And Bear still is kind of a little bit of a scaredy cat. Like he doesn't love he hates men. Anytime there's a man that comes over to like fix something, he like cowers in a corner. Like he literally hates men. It's so funny. But anytime there's a girl, he's like cuddly. And Tory here is just zoomy central. She's running around, running. Also, I went on my first date since I've been single. Oh my God, you guys. I'll get into that. I'll definitely get into that because I don't think this person knows that I have a podcast because this person did not ask me any questions at all. I feel so bad. What if like they do look at my podcast? Okay, acting school. Oh, my birthday's coming up, June 16th. Everyone, mark it in your calendars. Mark it in your calendars. Just kidding, you don't have to mark it in your calendars. But I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna do a party buzz. Oh, and I do want to let you guys know I am being a problem in so many ways. Not that many ways. I actually have like been pretty tame, to be honest, but I did black out last weekend and fall asleep in my Uber, and my Uber had to help me get into my house. Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy Saturday. That was the first time I blacked out that hard since I've probably been like 21 or something. Like probably like 21. Like I remember being at a restaurant, and then my next memory is on my porch. I don't remember getting in the car. I don't remember anything. So that's not good. Could be like the 400,000 tequila sodas I had. Okay, in all transparency, last weekend, okay, I'm just gonna list all the ways of being a problem. I'm just having fun, you guys. I am flirting. I have crushes right now, which is like so fun to have like a couple crushes in the works. And I'm proud of myself for going on that date because I didn't have a crush on the person before because I literally didn't know anything about them. So it was just like a low stakes night. And I knew this. I had a feeling this person wasn't going to be my soulmate. But now that I did that, I think I can like go on dates with people that I like see a potential with. I feel bad, that poor person, but I really do think like this summer is like, for me, it's all about being a problem. Like I want to really enjoy this summer and be like single and have fun. So it's good that I didn't like that person because I do want more time to like date around and have fun. Problem summer for me is all about the crushes. Like I want to have crushes. Like I love the feeling of like, oh my God, is my crush gonna come to the bar tonight? Oh my God, like my crush liked my story. Like, oh, here's like a story of a crush, actually. I don't know if you guys like watch my TikToks. You guys should be watching my TikToks if you're not, because I am giving you like live updates about what's really happening in my life, like day to day. You guys probably know me from TikTok. I don't know why I'm like acting like I need to advertise my TikTok. But I made a TikTok. I don't know if you guys saw it. That was like, I fell in love with a girl at a restaurant, and then I found out she had a boyfriend. Okay, let me tell that story. Okay, so basically a couple weeks ago, I was at a restaurant with my friend having drinks and fries, and then I see my other friend, and I was like, oh my God. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want this person to like see this. Like, I don't know if this person knows about the fact that I made a TikTok about them. Okay, so I see my friend. Let's call my friend Andrea. Not her name. I see Andrea and I'm like, oh my God, Andrea. Andrea stands at her table for a while and talks to us. Then she was over there for a while with us. So Andrea's friend comes walking over. Andrea's friend is good looking. Andrea's friend is wearing a hat. Andrea's friend's wearing like a little skater outfit thing. Andrea's friend is making eye contact with me. Andrea's friend's not looking at anyone else at the table. Not anyone else. Mutual. Every time someone else talked, Andrea would be like, and look at me like that. Like she was looking at me. I'm falling in love with Andrea's friend. I'm falling in love. I don't know what to do. So I'm like, Andrea, was this your little like silly way of like setting me up with someone? I know we've been talking about all the crushes I'm going to have this summer. You set this up. You knew I was going to be at this restaurant. You knew this girl was exactly my type. She was like a chapstick girl looking to me. If you don't know what chapstick is, it's like kind of like tomboy girl. And we like had a crazy, insane connection. Andrea and Andrea's friend walk away. I text Andrea and I'm like, who the fuck was that? Andrea texts me like, oh, let's make up a name. Sally. That's Sally. And Sally's boyfriend is on his way. Sally had a boyfriend? Sally's a boyfriend? No. That's not okay with me. So my competition is men? I don't want my competition to be men. Ew. And a boyfriend? Like, come on. We had a moment, Andrea's friend Sally. I swear to God. So then I'm like, ew. This must be how like so many like lesbians have felt for like all of mankind. Like, holy shit. Like, ew, I'm not competing with your boyfriend. So many songs are made about that. entire concept, by the way. Blondes by Peach PRC. OMG, Did She Call Him Baby? Which, by the way, these are songs that I enjoyed like before I knew that I was like even interested in girls at all. I can't remember who that one's by, but I listened to them all the time. And then all of a sudden I was like listening to those in my AirPods in my Uber home. I was like, damn, the fucking boyfriend. So I forget about that. Like, I make a TikTok about it. I see my friend a lot. Like, Andrea's like a person that's like in my life, like day to day. So like, I'm like, I make a TikTok about like this interaction. So I'm like, do I tell Andrea about this TikTok? Because I don't really know if Andrea is going to tell Sally that I made a TikTok. Like, I basically made a TikTok being like, oh my God, I'm competing with men. The love of my life has a boyfriend. Love of my life, I say loosely, like just literally based off of that interaction we had at that restaurant. So I see Andrea 2 times and I'm like, dude, I have to tell you, like, I made a TikTok about your friend. She just thought it was funny, but I made her swear to secrecy, like, not to tell her friend Sally, because it's just so embarrassing. And also, like, I don't want to, like, I'm not going to be, like, a homewrecker of a relationship, even though I don't really, if it's a boyfriend, I literally don't really care about men's feelings like that. Like, I'm just going to be so frank. But if it's, like, a guy and a girl, I'm like, it just gave me the ick. Like, I'm not interested in Sally anymore if you have a boyfriend. So, which is a normal reaction to have. Like, you should try not to be interested in people that are in relationships in general. Anyway, so I have one because I'm recording this on a Friday night, and if I don't record, it's Memorial Day weekend, and if I don't record it right now, I'm not going to record it. I already know myself. I'm not recording this on Saturday or Sunday, and I might be getting a drink with my friend after this. Me and Andrea like hang out a lot. Like, so I go to drinks with Andrea last weekend, and we have a plan to like go to a lesbian bar after our drink. So we get to our drink and she's like, hey, do you care if Sally comes? Sally with the boyfriend. And I'm like, oh my God, no, don't care at all, actually. Definitely please bring Sally, actually. So then I'm like excited, and I think it was like obvious that I was excited. Like, not excited, I was like, well, excited, whatever, who cares? I was excited. Why am I pretending like I wasn't excited? I'm like, oh my God, Sally's coming. But then I started being like, oh fuck, did like Andrea tell Sally about my TikTok? Because that's gonna be awkward. So then I'm like, Andrea, did you tell Sally about this TikTok? And Andrea was like, no, I swear, like I didn't, but I did tell my friend, who very well probably did tell Sally. And I was like, fuck, well, that's fair. I didn't tell you not to tell your friend. But then like right before she walks in, Andrea like looks at me and she's like, okay, I just have to, like, don't fall in love with Sally. Okay. Don't fall in love with Sally. And I was like, wait, what? I'm not. She has a boyfriend. Like, I'm not. Literally, Andrea, I'm not. And she was like, Becca, I just want to let you know, like, everyone loves her. Don't. She said that. And I was like, okay, I won't. Oh my God, I wasn't going to. She has a boyfriend. And then Andrew was like, also her boyfriend's coming. So I was like, well, now I'm definitely not going to. That's all you had to say. Just say that her boyfriend's coming. So her boyfriend comes to the bar that we're at, Sally and her boyfriend. And honestly, very nice people. But I could tell that Sally had seen my TikTok. And this is like the girl that I like had like the love of my life moment with. And our vibe was completely different. I don't know if it was my fault, because like all of a sudden like I was closed off. Like I was like this the entire time. I don't know why I was like punishing her for having a boyfriend, which is mean, but I don't know. Oh, Tory, don't play with the recording equipment. Okay, so here was the vibe the first day that we met at the restaurant. I'm doing, if you're not watching on YouTube, I'm doing like really intimate, like flirting scenes. Hi. Like that was our vibe. This is the vibe this time. Hey. Like I feel like I was like, my body language was like closed away from her. So there was definitely like a different vibe this night. So then they start talking about how the boyfriend is there, by the way, which definitely could have been part of it. So then they start talking about how they're like, I don't want to like expose this couple, but I'm really using fake names and I'm trying not to give any context, like talk about who these people are. But basically like the vibe I got was like, I think we brought it up, like, would you be okay if your girlfriend made out with another girl? Okay, I don't think it was me that brought that up, by the way. That sounds like something I definitely would have tried to figure out, but I think I was already like closed off to Sally, and I think I like the bartender looked hot. So then I started like staring at the bartender. So, but I hung out with Sally and her boyfriend and Andrea. And then we went to a lesbian event. The boyfriend literally put us all in his car. So me, Sally are in the car with her boyfriend. Tory, why does it smell like you just peed? Basically, then the boyfriend drops us off at the lesbian bar, and then Sally just starts like hanging out with there were strippers there, and Sally just started hanging out with the strippers. And then I was like, and by the way, the boyfriend like left us, like, and then I left. So the boyfriend like literally dropped his girlfriend off at a lesbian bar with me. Which, that's just danger zone, honestly. Like, that is not smart. Honestly, if you're a boyfriend, do not do that. Do not drop someone off with me like that. Not that I'm like no, not like in a creepy way. I just mean like, if the boyfriend's gone, if the cat's out to play, the mouse is gonna play. No, if the cat's away, the mouse is gonna play. Right? But we didn't play. No, we didn't at all, actually. Sally fell in love with a stripper, unfortunately. But that's fine. Andrew told me not to fall in love with Sally anyway. So then I went home. Because I was like, I can't compete with a stripper. Like, I'm just never going to be, that's just not me. Like, I know my place. And then this girl, oh my God. And that same night, this girl comes up to me and she's like, what are you drinking? And I was like, a buzzball. I mean, no. That's not accurate at all. Do not clip that. Becca talks. By the way, I have something to say to Becca talks later after this. But a girl comes up to me. She's like, what are you drinking? I say tequila soda. She's like, what if I got you a buzzball? And I was like, a buzzball? I would rather kill myself. And I thought like that was a funny thing to say and that she would laugh. And instead she literally, her face fell like I had just broken her heart, and she walked away from me. Because I didn't accept her buzzball. I don't know what I was supposed to say to that. I'm not even sure if places sell buzzballs like that. I don't know things like that. That was not what I expected. I'm still in shock about that. Yeah, I still feel weird about that. So that was fun. And then like, you guys, I've been on Raya. I haven't like been using it to like date though. Like I haven't dated anyone. I've just honestly, like when I made my Raya account, it was when I was really, really depressed during like the 22 days when I was like getting ghosted by my ex. And I was like literally like unable to, like I was just so like on autopilot. Like, so my friend Nilu made me a Raya. Like we made a Raya account for me, and I was unable to even look at it for a very long time. And I kind of was doing it like as an ego thing to be like, don't care. But I never like actually used it. But I did match with one person who like, I mean, not just one. That sounds like I just feel like I'm sounding like I'm like a pick me right now. But I matched with one person that I was like kind of interested in. I hope that the people that I have crushes on and like I'm going to talk about on this podcast don't watch, but I don't think they do based off of the interactions that I've had. I don't think anyone really knows that I have a podcast that I'm like romantically interested in. So I think I'm in the clear to talk about things. Okay. So I was like interested in one person from Raya. It's almost like I just like imprinted on one person and decided like this is the person, because their just account was normal basically, and their Instagram was like not active, like, and that's like my favorite. So we were supposed to meet up at Stagecoach, then we just like never did, and then I forgot about this person. But then I was on the west side. I was on a side of town last weekend, the day that I blacked out in my Uber, and I'm like, wait, I'm gonna text this person from Raya. This is a night after Sally like fell in love with a stripper and like had a boyfriend, and I was kind of just defeated from that experience. So I was like kind of like in like a fuck it mood, and I was with my friends like Courtney and Paige, and we were like, we have to make up a code word for like if this person is like kind of strange in person, because you literally never know. Or like, you know, when someone that you are like about to meet for the first time, like, you know, in the first like 5 seconds if they're normal or not, or like if you like them or not, honestly. So we came up with a code word to be like, oh my God, Becca's like did you guys know that Becca was a barista in college? Like if someone brought up that story, if I brought up that story, that means that we had to like have a plan to like ditch this person, because like I've never met up with someone from a dating app in like literally years, like so long. So I don't fucking know. Like this is the scariest shit I've ever done. Like, well, I mean, we had been texting, like, and we followed each other on Instagram. Like, I knew this person was like a human, but like meeting up is like a different ball game. So this person walks in, and this person was so normal and like exactly like the dream of like what you would hope that the person would look like, kind of. And at this point I had already been drinking, like I think it was like I had gotten out with my friends at like 2, and this is like 5 or 6, honestly. This person was very normal. So it was like, oh fuck, like obviously like abandon all like code words, like this person's normal. I also instructed my friends to like every time me and this person were talking, like I wanted my friends to be like interrupt us in case like the conversation lagged. Like I haven't met up with someone that I liked them, but then I kept drinking because I was nervous. So then we have a lot of fun. So then we go to a karaoke bar, me and this person and like all of my friends, and it was so fun. And then the next thing I know, the person was like, do you want to go to a restaurant and have food? So we go to like a restaurant and we have like dinner. And at this point I had been drinking all day since like 2 p.m. I keep drinking at the restaurant for some reason. I'm like on autopilot mode. I feel like when I honestly was acting like I was in college. Like I don't remember how I used to survive like that, but all of a sudden I just remember them being like, so tell me something. And I was like, I gave them the answer to the question, and then all of a sudden I'm on my porch by myself. Obviously, like I didn't go home with that person, but I didn't know how I got there. And then there's a man on my porch being like, you fell asleep in the Uber. And it's not the person that I was like with all day. And literally like I blacked out for like probably an hour, and I don't know what happened in between then, but don't worry, I didn't get drugged or anything. Like I literally just like mechanically drank, or what's the word? I like manually blacked out. Like I like poisoned myself. I was drinking a lot. And the Uber was like trying to help me get into my house. Like my Uber had to try to help me get in my house. Like I don't know what happened. We didn't like hook up, obviously, or like kiss or anything. We didn't hook up. I know that. Oh my God. I also need to like stop delving into my personal life, but I just think this is like crazy. Like what the fuck? And if you're this person watching this, usually I don't do story times like that. I swear to God, I will respect our privacy. Our privacy. But I mean it. Like I blacked out, and the Uber was like, you fell asleep in the Uber. And the Uber had to help me find my keys to get me into my house. My Uber driver helped me find my keys to get me into my house because I fell asleep in the Uber. Isn't that cute? Just girly things. As if I'm like a Tumblr, like one of those 2012 like repostable like things. I'm not like other girls, okay? I remember feeling like I didn't know who the man was that was helping me get in my house, but I trusted him. Which is not good. That is natural selection knocking on my door, waiting for me to crack one more time. And then I had like a date lined up, and I had this date lined up for a while. Oh, Tory, you're being really cute, but I know you peed, and I'm ignoring it for the sake of this podcast because I don't want to think about it right now. I think Tory peed somewhere in this room, and I don't think it was in the litter box, because litter box is spick and span, very neat. Guys, if you are thinking about adopting Tory, she will be potty trained by the time you get her. I swear to God. This has never happened to me before. I don't really know what to do in this scenario. Like cat pee is like apparently really hard to get out, right? Also, I have like guests in this thing. Sometimes there's like celebs in here. So I show up on this date, and I was so fucking nervous. Like I didn't want to fucking go. Am I allowed to cut? Wait, it's my podcast. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. I did not want to go. I'm just gonna be so real. Just because like I had already met someone I liked, kind of from what I remember, I liked that person, and I also just have a couple other crushes, like when I say crushes, I mean very loose crushes, like just the idea of the person, or like someone trying to like set me up with someone, or I just like also am busy. Like I think I have things going on. I don't know. I had this date lined up for like a week or two. So I decided it would be a good idea to go on this date with this person that I know literally nothing about, in order to rip the Band-Aid off in case I wanted to date someone that I like knew things about. And so this is like basically like blind date. And I mean, some could consider like the thing last Saturday a date because we went to a restaurant, but that wasn't really a date because I don't remember it, so it doesn't count. And I think hopefully like we're gonna hang out next weekend or something. So I get to the date. This person's like very normal, very normal. We're like talking, and I still couldn't really tell. Like usually I can tell within like a few seconds or minutes if I like the person. It took me probably like 15 to 20 to be like, okay, like I don't like you. No offense. Only because this person did not ask me a single question about myself. This is basically how the date went. Where'd you grow up? Oh my God. Where did you go to blah, blah, blah? Where'd you go to high school? Who are your friends? Do you like where you live? Oh my God. How was your family? Do you like your family? Do you like your friends? And I'm just going to be so fucking real. It was with a man. That date was with a man. And I think you can probably gather that based off of the information that I've given you. And I do just want to like let you guys know that my crushes include men and women. So like I'm not pulling a JoJo Siwa, you guys. I fully plan to like date men and women. I'm just like letting you know that this date happened to be with a man, and it happened to be exactly how you would expect a first date with like a random man to go. Unfortunately, they're not being in the stereotypes on that one. This person did not ask me a single question, and then I've experienced them like basically like I feel like they were like falling in love with me throughout this night, because all I did was keep saying, oh my God, shut up, no way. Basically, if you want someone to fall in love with you, just don't talk about yourself at all. Just be quiet. Do not say anything about yourself. I'm not 100% convinced that this person knew my first name. I'm not 100% convinced that this person knew how old I was. And I don't think this person knows that I have a podcast. I don't think this person knows that I have blue eyes. Well, maybe they do, because we were like talking the whole night. I'm just saying, like, just don't talk about yourself. And then they can just imagine who you are in their mind and decide who they want you to be. And if you don't talk about yourself, there's nothing wrong with you. You've never done anything wrong if you don't say anything about yourself. Throughout the night, they just kept saying, like, I could tell that they kind of really liked me. At one point, I was like, oh, I have to go to my friend's house after this. And they said, 20 more minutes, please. You can't just say 20 more minutes. 20 more minutes? What do you mean? For what? Are you going to pay me? It's not like that type of situation, but you can't just... Right? When you're hanging out with someone, do you say 20 more minutes? Like, I felt like it was like my little cousin or something. Being like, please, can we just please? I just want to be like, please, just one more. And I was like, what can you say to that? Literally, what do you say to that? So I said, okay, 20 more minutes. So then I stayed for 20 more minutes. And then I called my Uber. By the way, the entire time, didn't say anything about myself. Did not say a single thing about myself. So the fact that this person liked me enough to ask me to stay for 20 more minutes is actually bizarre, because I literally was saying absolutely nothing about myself. I might as well have been a mannequin on this date with this person. I stay for 20 more minutes. I get my Uber, and then the person texts me and was like, you are something else. That's going to be hard to beat. And I was like, how though? Because you made me up. That's how it's going to be hard to beat, because you made me up. You don't know anything about me. What's my last name? I genuinely don't think this person knows what my last name is. I don't know what their last name is, to be honest, either. Or what I do for work, which is, I'm talking about you on a podcast right now. Do you know that I have a podcast? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. And if you did know that I had a podcast, I don't think you would like me that much anymore if you knew. Speaking about talking about things on my podcast, this message is for Becca Talks. Hi, Becca Talks. I love you and I really appreciate you, and I really think it's sweet that you clip my podcast. If you don't know what Becca Talks is, it is a TikTok account that clips parts of my podcast every week, and I truly appreciate that account. Like, it's awesome, and they're so supportive of me, and I really appreciate everything Becca Talks does. I did notice a trend though, Becca Talks, how you really seem to love to only clip the parts of my podcast when I talk about my last relationship. And I get it. Those are juicy parts of the podcast. You can still do things about my ex. I literally don't care, because I probably will keep talking about it, because as you guys know, I have never gotten over anything in my whole entire life. I still talk about the person I dated when I was in high school, the pizza boss. May he rest in peace. He's still alive somehow. How about we clip some parts where I'm talking about, I don't know, maybe all like the cool things I'm doing in my life. Well, like what? I just wanted to give Becca Talk some other subject matter other than my last relationship. And just in case Becca Talks is interested, I did graduate. I graduated with honors. Not recently, but when I was in college. So that's pretty cool. That's something interesting that has happened in my life. I went on a date last week. Okay, well, I think this must have been written before I went on the date, because I don't think that one went very well, but I didn't cry. Did not cry. Oh, I'm going into acting school, which is something that I've always talked about. Finally. Oh my God, thank God. And guess what? I'm in the intermediate level already. Oh, I'm writing my book. I recently donated $100 to puppies, just in general. I didn't mean to. I was walking into Whole Foods, and then someone in front of a bunch of people was like, "Hi, would you be interested in donating money to support, to help save the puppies?" So what am I going to say to that? No. I literally had to be like, yes. And then when I asked the donation options, it was $100. That was just the option. So I donated $100 to puppies, just in general, and I'm not sure if that was real or if I got scammed. But what am I supposed to do? Cancel my donation to puppies? I probably can't do that. By the way, I'm a cat person, but doesn't matter when you're in Whole Foods, apparently. Oh, someone at the cafe yesterday told me I smell really good. I got a new perfume. That sucks that none of you will ever get to smell my new perfume. It smells really good. I am fostering a baby cat right now. This is Tory. I also moved up weights in my Pilates class, which means I'm getting stronger. Do you guys see my muscles? Oh, I finally cleaned out my fridge, which is good. I run every day now. I run 3 times a week, 2 times a week, sometimes 3, target 3 times a week. I fill my tank all the way up with gas now, which I think that's kind of hot. I'm back into reading. I've been reading a lot of books. Right now I'm reading Everything I Know About Love, as well as Amy Poehler's memoir, and Mindy Kaling. I'm also eating again. I'm sleeping at night, and my coffee table is clean. My kitchen table is clean. I used to have a bunch of clutter on there. I don't have to take melatonin anymore at night, which is actually crazy if you know me. Oh, and my collab is coming out next week. Please clip that, Becca Talks. If you could do me a huge favor, Becca Talks, and not clip this part. Anyone that listens to my podcast, I hope you guys know that I talk about my last relationship out of mostly just being traumatized from the aftermath of everything that happened. And if it ever gets too much, or if I'm talking about my heartbreak too much, you guys let me know, because you guys are the real people that I actually care about. I don't really care about random people on TikTok. But yeah, I don't think that there's anything wrong with talking about heartbreak. I think the most important part of heartbreak is to actually feel it and to actually experience it, because that's what makes you human. So I am happy to say that I have grown a lot, and I've seen myself come around to another side of this heartbreak where I don't know, I feel like I've healed for the most part, and I'm looking forward to the future now. But I'm not abandoning the girl that needed the version of myself that I am now. And in order to respect her and help other girls that are in that exact same scenario, I do think it's important to talk about. And it is okay to talk about it if you have really been hurt, or if you need to process some things. For me, this podcast is an avenue of healing. It is therapeutic to talk about my experiences and connect with you guys. So I'm not going to stop talking about things that are helpful, that I believe are helpful to other girls. And that was a huge, insane experience in my life. It was life-changing for me. And it kind of just like pivoted everything that I knew about myself, and then re-pivoted it when it went very badly. I am very proud of myself for everything that I've talked about and everything. I'm proud of myself for this podcast. I edit it every week, most weeks, unless I have something going on that week. And it's mine. And I'm going to talk about whatever I want on my podcast. And you guys know that, I hope. But I really respect you guys, and you guys are the people that I trust. So I know that you'll tell me if it's ever like redundant or too much, or if I'm being like a TMI moment. I try not to. And I don't ever want to talk about the last relationship I was in a combative way, where I'm just like delving into details that aren't productive anymore. Or like, I never want I hope you guys know me well enough to like know that like my goal was never to do like a tell-all or anything like that. My goal was always to just like heal from this experience by sharing my experience with you guys and connecting with you, because I do think it was helpful for me to look up breakup content and then follow influencers based off of that and like watch their journey. So I do think this is an important topic to talk about, and I'm not ashamed of anything I say. And like, I do get it. Like, if you were just seeing clips of the podcast where I'm talking about a relationship, like one relationship I was in, I do think that I understand how like random TikTokers who don't closely follow me would be like, dude, this girl needs to move on. But the reality is there's a lot, like, I just don't think people have like the information. So, but yeah, I'm not insecure about the amount that I talk about that relationship. I think that it's super healing to talk about. And like, just in general, you have to talk about your feelings with your friends, you know? You guys are my friends and I like you guys. So I'm just going to talk about whatever I want. But yeah, in healthy, normal circumstances, this would have been boring and not something I would even feel the need to like delve into. When I talk about my experiences online, I'm not trying to like talk about the person that I dated or like I went on a date with or anything. I'm not trying to, you know, give hints at their identity or like slander anyone. I'm talking about like what I've experienced, what I learned, the funny things that have happened to me, and I want it to be through my POV. My goal has never, in my entire social media career, it's never been to like do a tell-all or like tell you guys, oh my God, guess who I made out with, guess who I went on a date with. I think that there is a clear difference between like the motive behind maybe talking about your experiences with, even, especially if it's a public figure, right? Like, I think that there are different motivations behind that. My hope is that the only motivation I've ever had, and that it comes across to you guys at least, is to help and like grow. Also, sharing my experiences helps me grow in general, and it is therapeutic for me. Like, honestly, it feels like a Taylor Swift, like it's like catharsis of like writing songs. For me, this is my form of creativity, is like telling stories and like sharing my mindset in different phases of my life that I've been in. Even like just in general with my entire podcast, like that is like my goal, is just to like connect with girls. And yeah, I think you guys know me well enough. Like, I'm not a tell-all person. I'm not like a name dropping celeb, unless like random male influencers. But no, I'm never gonna like, you guys know, right? Just let me know if you guys know that. Like, I don't want to be like a clickbaity influencer, which I have in the past. I have fallen victim to like the clickbait stuff. But as I've grown more like as a human, I even think like, I don't know, it's just not my goal. So I hope you guys understand that. If you guys are interested in adopting baby Torty, please DM friends of Normie. Oh, she's so cute though. I kind of want to just let me have her for like a week or two more. But I love you, baby Torty, and I love you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Happy Tuesday. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and comment if you're on YouTube. Ow, 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 Tory. Ow, 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 Tory. That's not a girl thing to do. Don't scratch your girls. Okay, goodbye.